What's up, guys? Welcome back to WCS America. I'm Axel Toss. I'm joined by Axe Live. Players are ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Of course,
Winners
we're
match.
in Game 2 of the winners match between HuK and XY. The winner goes straight to the Premier League. The loser goes down to face Kapach. And, of course, the winner of that match will also go to Premier League. But you don't want to have to risk being in that lower bracket where if you lose that match, then you're going to be out of the Premier League. So HuK won game number 1, and the way the game went, it was just right in his ballpark. It was super aggressive play, super scrappy play, and that's the type of game HuK loves.
Map number B will be on Whirlwind. Of course, we determined this earlier. Of course, the players make their vetoes, and then they select their maps. XY choosing the first map, HuK choosing Whirlwind as the second map. In the top right-hand location of this game number 2, I present your Red Terran player, currently down 0-1 and hailing from China. Needs to win 2 in a row here to advance to the Premier League, or he's going to fall to the last match of the night to face against Kapach. He is XY. His opponent in the top left-hand location looking good in game, and actually in the first match against Kapach, and in the game number 1 against XY. Undefeated so far today. If he wins this, he advances to Premier League. Season 2, WCS America, representing Team Evil Geniuses. One of the best non-Koreans to ever play STARCRAFT 2. He is HuK.
3-0 today is HuK. If he makes it 4-0, he's through straight to Season 2 of Premier League. And this is a guy who's used to winning events. So anything beyond, like, if he doesn't make the Premier League, it would be such a big blow to this guy. I mean, no one would say, oh, the Premier League of the Americas without HuK?
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So I think he definitely is looking to make it back in there. Of
He's
course,
in a great position, though, isn't he?
He is. Yeah. I mean, just one more map, and he's set. Of course, in the last Premier League, we talked about how he beat Kapach, but he did fall out of the round 32. Of course.
Barely.
Yeah.
Against Sen, 1-2. And, you know, Sen was one of those guys who advanced to the round of 16. And HuK was very close to actually get in there. So he could smell it, but wasn't able to make it happen.
Did he lose to Sen twice, or did he lose to Crank?
He lost to Crank 0-2.
Okay, yes.
And then he defeated Kapach in the losers match 2-0. And then he lost to Sen in the final match 1-2. Again, very similar format, pretty much everywhere in WCS America, aside from the bracket stage. Round of 32 is you know, the groups of 4, winners losers match style. Same with round of 16. Round of 8 is back to single elim, and of course Challenge League group stage.
And of course, this is the same as in WCS Europe or the Korea Kodas.
Absolutely. So,
HuK, both players expanding fairly quickly this game. You know, Command Center first is very standard Whirlwind. The Nexus first is an opening Protoss does as long as they don't think that there's a Reaper potential. Because the worst thing you have is a Reaper shows up in your base right now. You have nothing that can actually... You need a Stalker or a Mothership core to stop the Reaper, and of course it requires a Cybernex core, so getting Nexus first can put you into trouble if they go Reaper. But Whirlwind's a big map. There's not many jump opportunities for Reapers, so in general, Reapers aren't really used just because it's a weaker unit on Whirlwind.
both these guys very macro-focused. At this point in time, very common on Whirlwind to go for the fast expansions, get that economy up and running, start some exploration around the map, and start really accumulating those resources so you can start packing punches in the mid-game. HuK up 26-21 supply doesn't mean much at this point in the game. Of course, nothing going to mean much until we have that those tech choices from both these two guys, and of course the engagements that decide to happen. We'll have to see if HuK decides to send a Mothership Core across to his opponent's main base. He now knows his opponent is in the top right. Some players will send that Mothership Core to try to scout out a little bit their opponent main.
You know what's interesting is both players got a cross map first, and I think that could be because cross map, you might have a very different build in mind than you would if you're either horizontal or vertically spawned. And so you want to know, okay, do I have plenty of time before my opponent can cross the map, or do I have extra plenty of time in a cross map situation? So HuK's going to send a Stalker out, going to poke at his opponent. And you know, the bunker's a little bit late. It's not done yet, so there could be some damage done.
Let's see here. Stalker target down the SCV. He's annoyed. He's like, I'm just building a building, bro. Why are you attacking me? And the bunker's not going to be complete, so XY going to have to scurry some Marines down the ramp. Bunker getting focused for now. HuK wondering what's going on. Where are my opponent's units? And now he sees. So he should be backing away. But nice little SCV kill, just being annoying. And now he identifies the number of Marines, the fact that there is a natural expansion. So you can probably guess that there's additional barracks on the field from his opponent.
Yes, I mean, the number of Marines here, it clearly indicates a multiple Eric's opening. Mothership Core going into the main, so he's going to see, okay, how's my opponent following up the build? He sees 2 gases with an awesome, like, crazy massive marine type play. He hasn't seen any tech buildings yet, so he doesn't want to commit too far into the base because Marines, even without stim, are faster than the Mothership Core. So if you go too far in, you're not close enough to the edge to escape. You can be run down and killed. You do not want to lose that.
Oh my God! Look at those gateways. Did XY see that with the SCV? I think he saw it all with his SCV.
Did he?
Yeah, I think Smurf is about to show us.
Oh, he didn't see those. Did he see the ones on the upper? Oh, okay, so
he should.
I mean, he sees 4 warp gates and a robo, so we could be thinking the same build last game, right? An immortal push.
I think he saw lack of gases before he went up into the main too. Adding on, see, I don't think 3 bunkers is enough here, to be honest. With only Marines.
No, and I mean,
stim.
They're placed very well.
They are.
Stim's not gonna be done. If he has a ton of Marines, 3 bunkers can work, but the problem is he's building 2 reactors right now. Or, sorry, a reactor and tech lab, which means he's not building any units at the moment. And yeah, 3 bunkers is not going to be enough. If you have a depot in front of him, it is, because...
Sure. Well, there is one little depot there.
Yeah.
But
not going to be enough. I mean...
It's not going to do much.
Or if you pull SCVs in front of the bunkers, sometimes you can just get away with just losing a lot of SCVs, but not losing any of the bunkers themselves. But if he doesn't see this coming, I mean, this is typically why Terrans will try to push that stalker back and get something on the low ground to give him that early warning.
Oh, the skin. Okay, just seeing the observer. Now,
I mean, the observer might be bad that he saw that. Oh, the SCV's going to spot this. He needs to immediately pull all his SCVs in front of the bunkers.
Let's see if he does it.
He's not doing it.
Not reacting.
Yeah, okay, he has to give it the natural. He can't defend this. Oh, he's trying to repair from the back, but as you see, force fields cut them off.
See a bunkers. Zealots chopping away at the bunkers. They're all on fire. Marines and Marauders trying to get out of those bunkers to get the damage done, but Zealots still able to get a lot of work done. Bunker on the left actually being repaired very well. Hold on a second. The Zealots are still doing a lot of damage. Look at all this bio getting shredded away. More Stalkers reinforcing. I think it's only a matter of time here. HuK looking great in this game number 2, up 71-52 in supply. SCPs desperately target the final bunker, or trying to repair that final bunker.
I mean, the SCV's being picked up. There's no SCVs after. There's still so much pro LCV. Stim is done, but there's nothing to stim. Only a few bio units left. He's gonna
GG from XY, and HuK takes the 2-0, the 4-0, sweeping through the group, getting into Premier League Season 2, no problem whatsoever. You're gonna see HuK, Premier League Season 2, great job from him. And you know, that last game, what do you think went into his decision to go for that big gateway all in?
Well, you know, Whirlwind, the ramp is fairly wide to the natural, so it can work nicely. Also, I think because it's a 4-corner map, it's a good chance your opponent might not scout you. And it's also just his style, right? He doesn't want to get to a mid-late game, and not against a player as good as XY. He really wants to try to end these games early. We saw here, he's so good. The force fields are just pretty much immaculate there. Spaced out perfectly, conserving the use of them there. And it's a situation where Terran has to either get the SCVs in front of the bunkers so the Zealots can't connect to the bunkers, or Terran has to give the low ground. And I mean, we see out with Stimpack plus some weapons, and actually I think he had the starport with the reactor on it at the end here too. If he gave up the natural and was able to hold the main, he actually still would have been ahead.
Well, but then you know, when you consider game 1 and how that worked out for him,
yes. I mean, it's hard because it's a different build. I mean, it was a much more Zealot heavy build.
Right.
And also, of course, yeah. I mean, game 1 he didn't seem familiar playing from the contained situation.
Sure.
And so maybe he says, you know what, I need to hold the natural. But the SCVs have got to be in front of the bunkers. That's the only way that can work.
I think a part of it, too, is when HuK initially scouted with that first Stalker, picked off the SCV, and you see the Marine count, you know, okay, my opponent has 3 barracks, and he's making Marines. He's not making add-ons yet. He's not necessarily upgrading. He's not going into factory or anything. So that's a situation where you get the Marines out to help protect your national expansion to like the early pushes, right?
Like a proxy war call or something.
Right,
like
right.
Yeah.
But HuK able to recognize that. He's like, you know what? There's a timing here where my opponent is, you know, maybe building add-ons on his barracks where he's, you know, his upgrades are going to be a little bit delayed as far as stim of medevacs are concerned. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to do a big gateway all in. Worked out. XY unable to scout it, unable to react perfectly, and you kind of have to react perfectly when you're facing against a 2-base all in there from Protoss. So guys, HuK, congratulations to him. He's in Premier League Season 2, WCS America. Coming up next, we got XY versus Kapach. Got one more spot to fill in WCS America Premier League Season 2. One of them is going to get it. One of them going to be in Challenger League next season. Stay tuned. More StarCraft 2 coming up.